Good evening and welcome to part 17 of my album collection. Now this is actually probably going to be one of the shorter album collection videos, which is strange because lately when I do these they're stacked like this high. But I've been cutting back as of late, or at least trying to after the holidays, and save up a little bit of money. And so I got my little pile here of stuff I've bought in between A to M, letters A to M, and I also have my stack of NCDs right here. So yeah, I'll get straight into the updated stuff. Make sure you don't miss it on any of the good stuff. To start off, I have As I Lay Dying with Frail Words Collapse, one of their first releases off Metal Blade Records, and I actually did not listen to this until I bought it, and I got like halfway through it before I got home in the car, and yeah, from what I heard, it was actually pretty good, but I like their newer stuff more, but still, pretty good stuff. Another one actually about the same time when I got that one was Between the Buried and Me's newest album, The Parallax 2 Future Sequence. I was really excited to listen to some of this stuff when I downloaded it, and I thought it was really awesome. This band has like one of the most standout-ish metal sounds out there right now, and I define them as metal because that's the basic genre of what I'm saying, because they have probably too many subgenres to list. Anyways, keep moving on. Blur with Self-Titled. I bought it recently at a thrift store. Nothing big. I got it for free technically because there was a deal on the go. I got this one in the mail recently. Bullet for a Pretty Boy, Symbiosis. I've had their first album for a while, so I've been looking to pick this up. And Merch Now had a sale, or the Razor and Tie store, Artery Recordings. One of the stores had a sale, and I bought the CD. One of the most stoked CDs I was actually excited to get in my Merch Now order was the newest City Lights album, The Way Things Should Be. Now this is an awesome CD. As far as pop punk bands go, this is definitely one of the best out there. They're on In Vogue Records, and I think they're definitely a band to keep your eye on. Really good. From Ohio. I screwed that up. Another one from my Merch Now order. Funny, these are all coming in a row. Close to Home with Momentum. Thinking of the Miss May I album, haha. But yeah, Momentum. I haven't listened to it all yet, but the first album was really fun, and I actually heard this one was a lot better, so when I actually get around to listening to it, I'm probably going to enjoy it. One I got recently was actually Die Mannequin with Dance Land. This is like a shorter EP, put out in 2012. It was on sale at a local record store, and I decided to pick it up. I used to listen to Die Mannequin when I was younger, and I haven't really listened to it since I bought it. Dillinger Escape Plan with Ironworks. I was really shocked to find this new for $10, which is a pretty good deal because most of the CDs at the store I went to are like $20 a pop. So to get that like for $10 is a pretty good deal. When I found it at another thrift store was actually Disciple with Scars Remain. I basically know of that band because of a theme song they had for a wrestling pay-per-view in like 2006, 2007 sometime. I had some gift cards to spend, so I went out and bought Earl Sweatshirt's Doris. I decided to pick it up because there wasn't actually a lot of good stuff there, and I'd heard good things about this album, and I've listened to like 3 songs off, and so far everything I've heard is solid. Another thrift store find, which is like half of my CDs, Eminem and Encore, which is actually cool. It's like this deluxe little box set. Got all these cool little lyric pamphlets and pictures to tell a little story and stuff. I think it's like the regular booklet, but like actually put out in a singular cards, which is pretty awesome, and has a bonus disc in it with some cool little tracks. So yeah, pretty good find for $3. I got this for $1. People may laugh, but the Fray's Self-Titled. I'm a sucker for the Fray. I love the Fray. I've loved them for like, God, was it like 7 years now? Ever since I heard, was it Over My Head? I think. Sorry, I'm going back to high school days. Oh, the good times. Gym Class Heroes with The Quilt. One of their newer releases. I actually didn't know about the CD. I found it used. I was like, they have that CD? I was like, okay, I'll check it out. It's pretty good, actually. The newest Hands Like Houses, Unimagine. Bought it with a gift card. I was like, why not? But again, I still haven't listened to the full thing. Another one I got in my Merch Now order was actually Have Heart with What Counts. Now this was one of their first EPs, I think, off of Think Fast Records. It was only $2, so I said, why the hell not? Because I find it hard to find anything from Have Heart, and yeah, so I thought it was a pretty awesome find. Good stuff. This is a cool one actually. Alex Kohler's former side project, Hearts and Hands. It's like a 5-track EP, a little tiny little slip-out booklet, but it was $3, and I got it because I got the full length they put out. And this is actually really cool. I like the experimental side that they went with on this, and now they're more of a uppy rock band, but still, it's pretty fun to listen to that EP. I recently saw these guys in concert when I interviewed Tokyo Police Club. This is the other band that opened for them, and that's Hollerado. I bought 2 of their CDs, so this is the first one, Record in a Bag. I listened to like half the songs off it, really, really awesome. And their newest one, which I can't honestly remember the name of it, because it's freaking covered in paint. They actually did this like individually. Their albums were painted. And sorry, it's called White Paint, which is, I should have remember that, and I'm an idiot, but yeah, it's cool. So, saw these guys. If you have a chance to see them anywhere in Eastern Canada, I think is where they mostly play, check them out. Amazing band. Greatest energy I've seen live in a while. Amazing. I was waiting for this to come out for, I think about a month and a half my way in Eastern Canada, especially in Canada. At HMV, I got Honor Crest with Spilled Ink. Really awesome metalcore. Really heavy, some good like DJing parts, you know, some good electronica stuff, and yeah. My favorite CD, probably in this little pile here, is actually this one I'm going to show to you now. Hopsin with Knock Madness, in case you can't see it. It's really blurry, I'm sorry, but yeah. I waited this on order for about 5 weeks because the store was sold out, and I was so excited to get it because I'm a big fan. I'm not into much hip hop or rap or whatever, but I listened to that and I was just blown away. It's such a good album, really, really catchy. Another used one, Jay-Z Volume 2, Hard Knock Life. It was, again, there was a sale, it was free, and I was like, whatever. Korn with Issues. Now, I already have this CD, but this is like a deluxe edition. It's like one of the bonus 4 different covers, and it has like a bonus disc with some remixes and exclusive tracks. So I thought it was pretty good to pick up a few days ago. This is another cool one. I found this for $1, still in the packaging. Lights with her self-titled EP. This is the last thing I needed, I think, for my Lights collection of CDs. I'm a big fan of Lights. You know, she's a beautiful and talented singer, married to Bo Boken, you lucky son of a bitch. But yeah, and this EP was $1, brand new, and it's like 25, 2 for $25 at a local store. I was like, and I found it for $1. I was like, Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, Blow in the Wind. I think it's like one of Fat Mike from NoFX's side projects, and I listened to a few songs. Kind of cool, like uppy ska punk shit. I got some Metallica now. I found this a few days ago. It was all $3, so I was like, ooh, score, because this shit's usually expensive. Metallica, Hero of the Day single. It's just 2 songs. Another single was actually, and that cover popped off. The Memory Remains, Metallica. Metallica and Justice for All. I actually had the CD, but I didn't have the case, so I was like, screw it. I got the CD and the case now. Metallica with Ride the Lightning is another one. And probably the best find I got, because this is like $40 new, most places I've seen. Metallica and Garage Inc. This is like a 2-disc CD set. A lot of like newer, well, back in the day, newer stuff, recordings and covers and stuff. And yeah, it's really good because they cover like Killer, no, what was it, something by Queen. I can't remember. Stone Cold Crazy, yeah, couldn't remember the name of it. But yeah, it's a really good cover. Millencolin with Home from Home. That was only $2 at a local record store, or local thrift store, sorry. And another Millencolin one I found the other day was Penny Bridge Pioneers. I haven't really listened to either of them yet, but they were cheap. And again, I usually pick up cheap CDs. The Misfits with Static Age. Another really good find. It's really hard to find Misfits CDs for cheap. And I actually just got this in the mail yesterday or the day before. Motion City soundtrack with My Dinosaur Life. And that's the update, guys, and I've already been talking for nearly 10 minutes, so let's get straight into the ends. Okay, so that was to catch you up, and actually, I just realized I got a package in the mail, and in between the A to M's, I did get one CD that I should mention now, because I'll probably forget next time, and that is Citizens Young States. I ordered off a person from the States, and I'm really stoked to own it, because I'd like to have the vinyl, but the CD is just as good, because this CD is awesome. And yeah, so sorry to get a bit off track there. But now I have the ends, and pardon me, I'm feeling a little ill. So I'll get right into it. Neck, Come Out Fighting. It was like $1 at a local record store. And I bought it. I don't know, it's like some Irish punk stuff, but it's still pretty cool to listen to. I'm probably going to get shit on for this one, but I'm okay with it. I have some Never Show Never CDs. First up is the Summer EP. This is actually one of my favorite EPs I own. Back when I bought this in like 2009, 2010 maybe. I think it was around 2010. But yeah, I listened to that. It was one of my favorite things. And yeah, there's a lot of really good songs on that. This is where my love for Never Should Never started to go downhill. I loved all these like acoustic stuff. Then he started to become like more of a band. He put out What Is Love. That was the first start to something different, and I bought it anyways to support the artist. And it's an iffy CD. There's some okay tracks. And then there's Time Travel. This is where I was like, okay. There's like 2 songs I kind of like on it. It's not a bad album. It's just different, you know? And I mean, change is good, but... this is really awesome. I love the CD. Still Never Should Never, but this is year 1, which is kind of blurry to see. This is all his old stuff back when he was like Christopher Drew, the acoustic, guitar playing guy, and he had all those wicked catchy songs, and all of them are on here, pretty much everything, even some demos and stuff, and I love it. I've listened to this. I still know every word, which is kind of lame, but I was like 16 or 17 when I first started listening to it, so, or 15, I don't know, 16 probably. Next up, I have the New Amsterdams with Worse for the Wear. This was actually at it was at a record store, and it was in a used, low clearance bin, and they were on Vagrant Records, so I decided to buy it, but I haven't really checked them out, so my bad. The New Cities, Lost in City Lights. I basically bought this because of the song Dead End Countdown. Really got into that when I heard much music, and I haven't listened to much of the CD other than that. I'm kind of lame, but it's only cheap, so it's okay. Something really cool actually is New Found Glory with My Friends Over You, the single. I found this for like $1 at a record store in downtown Toronto, and I was like, I don't buy many singles unless I really like the band or I think it's really cool to own it. And yeah, I thought it was really cool. It was like one of the first things put out by the band, and it's one of the biggest songs, so awesome. Continuing on some New Found Glory, I have Sticks and Stones, which I think, it has a bonus track on it, Anniversary. I bought this in the UK when I was at Download last summer. There was a booth, and they're selling a lot of cool CDs, and although because it was a festival they were charging a bit more than they should have, I still picked it up because I was looking for that CD for a while. New Found Glory and Catalyst. I do not know a lot of stuff off of this one actually, but from what I've heard, it's pretty good. I've heard some stuff on Shuffle on my iTunes. One that I've not heard a lot of people talk about, but I still think is pretty good, is actually their Coming Home album. I bought it for like $3 used one time, and it's not their best work, but honestly, it's still some pretty catchy and mellow pop punk stuff. A really cool one I found, another used one was probably like $3.50, I think. It's the New Found Glory's Tip of the Iceberg, which also has the International Superheroes of Hardcore CD, which is basically like New Found Glory, but with Chad and Jordan switched. So like, Chad, I'm gonna confuse myself. Jordan is on guitar, and Chad is... Okay, either way, just check it out. It's really cool. So, yeah, it's Tip of the Iceberg. And one of their newest recorded album to date, Radio Surgery. Just the regular edition. Sadly, I couldn't find the deluxe edition. But yeah, still, I mean, there's no such thing as a bad New Found Glory album. I bought this a couple months ago when it came out. I was really stoked to find this. New Found Glory Kill It Live. I mean, this is, as far as live album goes, I think people are like hit or miss on it. And I'm really into live stuff, and whether it's a live DVD or a CD, I always want to listen to it. Next up, I have Nightwish with Once. I got this ad online. I bought a bunch of CDs, and I haven't really listened to a lot of Nightwish, but I still have it, so that counts. The Night Marchers. Again, this is a used one I found at thrift stores, like $1, $2, and they're also on Vagrant Records. Vagrant has a lot of good alternative artists, so yeah, that's something to remember. 1997 with Notes from the Underground, former Victory Records band. I don't know where they are today, if they're broken up or not, but I was at FYE, one of my favorite CD stores to go to in the States a couple months ago in November. And I found that. It was like $3, and I was like, why not? And it's actually the same with this one. 1997 and On the Run. I have not listened to either of these yet, but I collect stuff from Victory Records, not because I like the label, but because I like a lot of the music they put out, and that's just me. Next up, I actually have a single from Nine Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral. I honestly, God, I don't know how this guy... I don't know, I used to have a bunch of Nine Inch Nails stuff, and then I sold it. But that's just me. Next up, one of my favorite bands, and yeah, I think I have almost everything they have on CD so far to date, almost. Nirvana with Bleach, one of their best things in my opinion. Their first album was so powerful and raw, really, really good, and that was actually on Sub Pop. Now some of these are probably not entirely in order, and I apologize, but yeah, then I have Nirvana's Nevermind, one of my favorite CDs maybe ever. I mean, as far as like sitting down and listen to a CD from start to finish, that's one I could sit down and listen to, no problem at all. Next up is Nevermind, the 10-year edition, I do believe. It's a deluxe edition. Really cool, a lot of cool stuff like demos and I think some live stuff maybe. Yeah, it's like some rehearsal shit. But yeah, it's really cool. I was really excited to own this. Yeah. We have Nirvana's Incesticide, another really good one, underrated. I think it's one of the lesser known albums because there's not a lot of their hit songs on it, but still good. Again, there's no such thing as a bad Nirvana album either. Nirvana with In Utero, it's probably their second most known album, and I do believe one of the last records they put out as a band. Has a lot of cool hit songs on it, and I need to get the anniversary edition of this, just like Nevermind, but I still have not picked it up, so you will be mine soon enough. Next up, Nirvana with Unplugged in New York, one of the best live albums you can own. I also have that on vinyl, but that's for another day. More Nirvana with Sliver. Now this was actually in a flood, so it's a bit damaged, but the CD is fine, just the booklet is tore up. But yeah, that's like some old B-sides and stuff, which I think I have on a different edition, but I'll save that for another day. That's another collection video. Yeah, next up we have Nirvana with Live at Reading Festival, or Reading, sorry, the Reading Festival, and one of their actually most famous performances, I think. Plus, it was recorded, so that's always a plus. More live Nirvana with From the Money Banks of Wishka. Come on, Wishka. And yeah, so again, just a live album, really fun to listen to Nirvana live. Then we have the greatest hits, Nirvana, you know. Just all the greatest hits, so you just want to jam the greatest hits, go for it. This is something I found at a thrift store, and I never saw it anywhere, so I decided to pick it up. It's Nirvana, The Interview. It's like a half-hour sit-down with Kurt Cobain, and I mean, I saw it and I picked it up. It's pretty much as far as it goes. We have No Bragging Rights with Illuminator. As far as metalcore goes, or, you know, that form of metalcore, No Bragging Rights are actually probably up there with some of the best. And yeah, some really good heavy stuff. We have Nobodies with, it's kind of funny, it's called Greatest Tits. Get it? Greatest Tits. Greatest Tits. No? Alright, they're on Hopeless, and it's like one of their older releases, and I saw it for cheap, and again, you get it, I buy cheap CDs. Another band I have a lot of is NoFX. I saw them live a few years ago, and yeah, it's just some good punk stuff to listen to. So, first up we have White Trash, Two Hebes and a Bean. Can't help but laugh at that album name. Then we have S&M Airlines, NoFX. Another one is Maximum Rock and Roll, more NoFX. Liberal Animation, NoFX. I'm just going to stop saying NoFX, you know it's NoFX. Heavy Petting Zoo, one of the funniest covers they've probably ever put out. Very creepy, in my opinion. Then we have So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes. We got Pump Up the Valium, probably one of the best NoFX albums. One of the best EPs, also another one I own, is The Decline. When I saw them, they played the whole thing live. Awesome. Another one is The War on Errorism. And gee, there's so much NoFX. Then we have Wolves in Wolves Clothing. Then we have I Heard They Suck Live. These probably aren't all in order either. I apologize. And another one is Coaster. There's just so many NoFX EPs. And getting near the end of NoFX, we have Never Trust a Hippie. Another great EP. I mean, their EPs are probably some of the greatest works. Funny enough, we have the longest EP, which is like 30 songs long. So it's a funny title. And really good. That's the end of NoFX. We're good. Norma Jean with Versus the Anti-Mother. We also have Norma Jean with Oh God, the Aftermath. More Norma Jean with Redeemer. And Norma Jean with Myriad, no? I'll probably say that wrong. Their second last release. And their newest one, which is actually probably my favorite Norma Jean album, Wrongdoers. This album slayed last year. Such a good release. Really awesome. Not by choice with Maybe One Day. Like one of those like early 2000s pop punk bands. I bought it at thrift stores. Actually, listen to it. It's pretty good stuff. It's catchy. North Lane with Discoveries. Then we have the newest Northlane with Singularity. Definitely better than their first album. Both are good. That was just a pickup. It's just really, really good. North Star with Is This Thing Loaded? We have Nile with Those Whom the God Detest. That's another one I got in a bundle, so I've never really listened to it. The Notorious B.I.G., Ready to Die. Again, thrift stores. And the last and I'm going to talk about, Number One Fan with Compromises. Another one I found for like $1 and I picked it up. I usually do this thing where I check out like one song by the band, and if it's cheap I pick it up and say whatever. As it usually does on these long videos, my camera cut out, and I really hope that all the CDs got put into it. That's my update. Plus my ends. If you guys got any album collection videos, let me know. I want to talk about albums down below. What's your favorite I just talked about? I mean, I have so many, it's hard to really just decide. I mean, the Citizens EP that I got is really awesome, and Hobson's Knock Madness, really great album. There's so many good things in here. But yeah, that's about it. Hopefully I'll have another album collection done fairly soon. But yeah, hopefully I'll get these done faster than usual. They usually take a while to do. But yeah, that's about everything, guys. So remember, it's music for today, music for tomorrow, and music for life. Peace out.